What's up, Star Wars Unlimited fans? We are back with some bonus coverage. So thanks to the TO crew who are doing an amazing job here at the Denver Sectional. And we have a Jonathan plethora going on in our coverage right now. What do you think about that, Jonathan?
Yeah, this is the Jonathan Mirror. It's Jonathan versus Jonathan on Quinlan-Tarkentown and Jango Spice Mines.
Jango Spice Mines. So we have 30-point Jango, which is something that you're seeing once in a while. Spice Mines is set 2.
Did it just come out? I can't remember on all the bases.
Right. We'll get to there. But
I do like that. If you think your deck is spicy, putting it on Spice Mines, makes a lot of sense. I do like that.
Yeah, I am a player that I'll put a Testricity there for now because I found it faster. But I'm a player that will use the same color base on most of my decks. Like my blue decks are primarily swamps, and my
Of course.
red bases are primarily Spice Mines because I think every one of my decks is spicy.
So that's perfect.
All right. So and then we got Quinlan-Tarkentown. Getting a good open, but Greedo is what you want to see for Jango too. So one way to crack the Quinlan nut is to play Undercurve, which is what Jango opened here with. Now the fact that Greedo,
Right.
the Greedo can kill that crafty sometimes.
Some Quinlan decks will run some R2s in their deck just to be able to kill these guys and then use them for utility at some point.
Right.
But it's really hard to line up. Like if you have just a few R2s, you got to have them immediately on turn 1.
Right. And the number of 1-drops in Quinlan, I think, varies with how many strong 1-drops there are. That's not actually what's going on in the meta right now, usually, but some of the Jangos are adapting to that because it does give you an edge if you can get it. Let's get my boy Voss.
Yeah.
I saw Mickey D in
This
the
Quinlan
chat.
player has no 1-drops.
Yep. And I think that's pretty common among them right now. Yeah, and I think the Quinlan decks are at a good spot. I mean, it's still a meta deck. Everything struggles into Jango, but it's got his games there. Okay, so we have Ezra Brizzer attack for 3 damage. Ezra Brizzer.
It did not attack. It got tapped by the 2000.
I'm sorry. You're right. I was moving from changing the overlay, to here. We do have the big new card for Quinlan hit with Ahsoka. He discards an event. I think.
Yeah, it wasn't a bit. It would have been great if that was a unit for the Ahsoka or the Quinlan player. They would have loved that because their Ezra would have been safe another turn.
Right.
But they had an event to discard.
Yeah, and Bulba unit from set 1 is having kind of a good time lately too because it's good at killing Jango. I mean, it only costs 3, and what you saw right there is he got a lot of value by killing the Ezra and not taking any damage back, having done 1 damage to tap it down.
I love it. Yeah, we briefly mentioned it in the previous Jango match. It has those natural synergies, and it has to be good enough on its own. And then when you get to use its synergies, that's great.
All right, so we are to the flip turns. Neither deck can ramp unless they have a cam, and the other side is ramped. So Jango's going to.
I can't see the Quinlan's hand. Yeah, go. Oh, yeah.
Jango is opening with TDR. So what will he pull? It looks like it's a War Juggernaut. Now he gets to tap one of the units now, but he gets to kill the crafty. So I mean, I think that's actually solid play right there. Realizing we need 1 tap, and sequencing right with the jug off the board. Now this is where you want Commandeer. I mean, Commandeer is lined up right now if he's got it. I do think it's listed. So.
And he's in another position where Boba can attack into something, kill it, and still survive.
Right. And this is actually very good for showing off. The Ahsoka.
Why did the Boba die?
I think it only had 1 damage on it from the War Jug.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
So shouldn't have died.
Yep. And thanks, RT. The music is at waiting level. We'll fix that.
The Bubba had 1 damage on it and it just died attacking into an Ahsoka, right?
Yep,
Are we
absolutely.
supposed to say something?
Is that for sure that it was only 1 damage?
Yeah.
Well,
Did chat agree with me?
yeah, I think we're I don't
Okay. All
think
right.
I'm going to do anything. The players have every right to call a judge. There's a great judge staff there. So, I don't want to
Okay.
hazard a guess. This is not a replay of round 5. This is live. So this is actually bonus coverage that they got to us. They seeded table 5, which is Jango-TT versus Quinlan-Tarkentown, for us. And we're going into the 6 resource turn, and it's 6 damage on Quinlan's base and 5 damage on Jango's base. And Quinlan comes in with a hotshot blaster, so going to do 5 damage to. See what he tries to go. He goes to base. All right, so looks like they're shuffling up.
Something I was going to mention earlier. The number of force throws you draw can also be really critical in this matchup.
Oh,
you already had a force unit. You got your force leader.
Yeah, that's actually true of literally every Quinlan match. There's never a matchup you don't want force throw. You can check out
it's a bit like TDR.
I think Woo's recent video did a good job of explaining it. His favorite card is the same as mine, which is Force Throw. So I think that he explained. I thought that the War Juggernaut did ping that Ahsoka, so that's why it didn't occur to me. But I'm spinning a lot of plates, doing this kind of coverage stuff and producing it. Is there?
So
and they're talking about it now.
Here's what happened.
Yep.
Yeah, here's what happened. The Ahsoka had 1 damage on it. Boba also had 1 damage. It attacked the Ahsoka, which had been on the table at the start of the turn. So Boba's ability triggers, does 3 damage, it only takes 3 back, and it's still alive.
Yep. So they're fixing it now. So good catch by the judge staff and or the players who called to it. I think that is the.
I did message. We do have that judge channel.
Yep.
I messaged in Discord. Probably too late, but just letting you know. So they're fixing it.
Yep. And we want the matches to go exactly how they should. That's in everybody's interest. So we're getting back to it. We do have a badly wounded Boba Fett, but a Boba Fett nonetheless in the ground arena. And that's super relevant, too, because he can hit Quinlan for 6. If Quinlan doesn't have an answer, like right now, any 3-drop. He needs anything that costs 3.
Yeah. That bit of an awkward fix, honestly. But yeah, there we go. Okay.
DJ. So so he's one of the players that DJ's not in this deck for his smuggle ability. It's just for a 3/5. If you get to 9, I guess you could do it, but that's not where Quinlan wants to be. All right, so we're going to 7 resource turn. The players have been attacking a lot of base. So we have Jonathan the Upper has 14 damage on his base, piloting Spice Mines, but Quinlan's got to do 16 because starting at a health disadvantage.
Yeah.
9 damage on Quinlan's Tarkentown. He has Quinlan with a gun in the ground arena, swinging for 5 and a DJ. Jango has Jango Fett, Credo, the indirect Stormtrooper, and P-38.
Whoa.
Yeah,
and I
appreciate Carlos and Absolute Unit in the chat. Thanks for any like, subscribe. I'm really bad at asking people to do that, but please, if you're not following Late Night, like and subscribe. We'll have coverage of both sectors and the U.S. regional here, and we have masterclasses and other content. And also make sure to subscribe to Across the Network, the podcast of my partner in commentary, Jonathan.
Yeah, myself and Lego Pizza, Ian Klein, have a podcast. Check it out. Across the Network, Spotify, and YouTube. So this match, you mentioned it a second ago. You got to remember, it is a Jonathan mirror, which makes it really hard to call who's going to win. It's pretty even.
And, the deploy to Quinlan. And I was kind of surprised to see that he hasn't tried that hard to remove it yet. But, I mean, the pings are just brutal. I mean, he's got all these one-drops. He's got the Greedos, and he's got the Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And literally anything Quinlan plays takes care of those things because he's deployed. It's just under.
Yeah, it's a lot. And he's got a lot of damage on his base. And this is a game 3. It's looking in his favor. Just this Jango deck can burst you out of nowhere.
Yep. But
if Quinlan, it has him in one action check, it doesn't matter.
Not this turn. This turn is a Cargo Juggernaut from hand, which sprays damage and presents a giant threat, but does not there. It is post-board. I mean, we could have Commandeer from Quinlan. I mean, we could have Waylay from Quinlan. How is he going to keep up the momentum? Django's got to do 10 damage to him, and I think that's 19 on Spice Mine, so Quinlan needs to do 11. Or is it 17?
I think you also just did, like, the most common misnaming of a card that I've heard in this set, which is to call War Juggernaut a Cargo Juggernaut.
Yeah, you're right. Cargo Juggernaut.
Everyone is doing it.
Yeah, Cargo Juggernaut is the one that Bill Burr drives with the Mandalorian. The War Juggernaut is something else. All right, so Falcon comes down.
So how much is that on his base? Is it?
I believe it's
17.
I think it's 17 on Jango base and 15 on Quinlan base, and going to 20.
They're both 10 away from being dead. Their bases are even.
What an even match of Star Wars Unlimited here. Both players have to do 10 damage to the base. Both have a significant board state, and we are going into the 8 resource turn.
Which I would expect to be the last turn. Let's see who wins it.
Yeah, and I don't know that either necessarily resources at some point. I mean, I think that it tells a lot. He does have to play the Falcon tax. Quinlan doesn't have any way to cheat that like Kaz and Han do.
He's got his Falcon token for it.
Yep, and that's good too. I mean, you never want to have rules there. So I think the War Juggernaut, I think he almost did it again, attacked for 6.
I was going to let you this time.
Yep. We're trying here, folks. We are
21.
Trying.
That's a dangerous spot to be in.
Blackjack. All right, but can he finish him? I mean, he's got to do 11. I mean, he's representing 5 with Quinlan, 3 with the Falcon, 3 with DJ, and 2 for L3. Jango can't kill him on board. The P-38 only attacks for 3. And Quinlan has all kinds of pumps, too. I mean, if you're not running 3 surprise strikes, you're not right. All right, what will Jonathan the Quinlan, the Voss Jonathan, do?
I mean, Jonathan's thinking hard. I tell you, one thing Jonathan doesn't like doing is making mistakes. So Jonathan is looking at the board state, trying to think of their options. Right. Is there a force throw? I've been waiting for a force throw.
And that's actually part of the thing. I think he's gotten Jango on the ropes without casting force throw yet.
Yeah, where is it?
This is a tough
Come on,
call.
Jonathan.
So he trades the Falcon with the P-38, or probably trades the Falcon. He's actually going to tap down Quinlan.
I thought he would, because there's just a lot of things that have you in check if you let yourself go to 1 remaining.
And that is
or you're just dead.
You're just dead to the Devastator. It doesn't matter. All of the brain power wasted as we go there. So, all right, we have Jonathan the Jango Jonathan, takes care.
I was going to win either way. There's no way I lose.
All right, so great match, and cheers again to the SCG folks in getting us that bonus coverage. That was table 5, I believe. Let's actually just stick right on stuff right now. So